And we're back. It has been quite a minute. It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute, everybody. Sorry, I just had myself echoing. See, it wouldn't be a time back if it wasn't for uh, technical problems. Okay, we're back, and I think I have my sound issues worked out. I'm back. It's me, Drekken, and I am here with you to do some assembly where we do some mob programming to build a bot that wins together, not just me, together. And it's been a minute because obviously the holidays, and I like to take a uh, I like to take a quite a bit of a break after Probots in December and kind of decide what do I want to do this channel, what do I want to do, what do I want to build, how do I want to go forward. And I took the whole month of January because we're at the end of the month of January. So Happy New Year to you, to kind of think about where do I want to go. And so here in assembly, my core element here is to make it that you get a lot of practice, right? Including myself in building bots, AI bots. So if you're someone who is looking for a bit of a challenge, I got some challenges for us to work on together. And that's what assembly is about, mob programming. So normally I have an explanation about mob programming, and I actually did not remember to pull it up. So I'm going to try to go off the top of my head to explain to you because I don't have my notes. I'm just going to wing it. Mob programming is not just you, it's me. It's not just me, it's you. We're coding together, we're building a bot. If you're familiar with pair programming, where it's two people, there is, in a mob program, it's more than two people. It's myself and whoever is part of who's joined the event. By being an event, you have become a member. And those of you here in the audience, you guys are the mob. So with the people who are participating in the event, myself, it might just be me today. I don't know if Dog Tato or Mind Me will be joining us today. I sent them a message. But if they don't, it's okay. I have plans for us together, you and me, where we will take the project and we'll work together. And if we are in a group, we'll rotate with the pilot and then the navigator and then the mob. And the pilot and navigator, so whoever's piloting, whoever's the pilot is coding, and then whoever is navigating is kind of directing the direction of the project. So, and then you guys in the mob are overseeing us. You're kind of doing a code review, like a live code review with us together. So I'm just gonna take a quick peek to see if Dog Tato is around. Just seeing if he is about, and starting back up assembly if you're about. And so I've changed. So what I'm going to be changing about assembly is each month I'm going to focus on a single project, like a really quick project for each month. The micro ladder has started up again. So the micro ladder is once again live and it has redone itself. That's not what we're working on today because we're at the end of the month. So next month we would start our new project on the micro ladder, a new bot. So today though, we're gonna actually work on the main project, the main versus AI project, which is Pigbot, a bot designed to mimic the Bronze to GM build from Pig the Streamer. Now, if you've seen Bits of Code, my series where I'm building this bot, you've actually seen me do episodes on it. So we're actually be working on that bot together today, and we are doing what I would say the impossible challenge, but not the impossible challenge of building the perfect code for disruptors. And what makes it perfect is that these disruptors do AoE splash damage, and that splash damage hurts our own units, and it has potential to do amount of damage to our enemy units, but also a lot of damage to our units. So we need to make sure that our bot will fire the Disruptor Nova, the Nova. Oh my god, I forgot the name of the unit, the actual ball. The Nova Ball. We'll call it the Nova Ball. I forgot the technical word. Fire the Nova Ball at the best possible target without hitting our units. Or if it does, it chooses the maximum amount of damage to the enemy and the minimum amount of damage to our own units. So maybe our units do get caught, but it's not actually like it's making a decision to make that. Like it's the best possible scenario of the scenarios available. And that's what we're aiming for. That's going to be our disruptor ball. Now, we're not getting that all done today. I've actually taken some time to really break down this challenge, and it is not something I think I'm going to code in the amount of time we're going to do today, but I've talked to a lot of other authors, bot makers, and really kind of dialed back what am I going to need to do to solve this. So let's do that. Without further ado, let's start jumping into some coding. And a lot of things has changed for myself since I got this. I now use a different IDE. Let's get some music going, and then let's switch over. Okay, we're back into the coding IDE. All right. Oh, where did my my little coding goals go? Okay, it's okay. We'll pop that up in a sec. We got the music going. I'm just gonna do a quick ping to see if Dog Tato or Mind Me will be joining us for the coding. If not, I will make sure our goals are popped up. So I did a huge refactor of the holiday, and I refactored my entire code base to make it cleaner. I'm actually gonna end up by next week, I'm gonna actually change my microphone setup. Anyways, yeah, so I refactored my whole code base so it is so clean and easier for us to read and follow. If you remember the last bot we were working on, it was quite the mess. Dog Tato was the one who dropped the little hint saying, hey, this is like really hard to read. And I was like, okay, you know what? I need to stop coding for myself, and I need to code that there will be other people working on this code base with me. So I did a huge cleanup of it. I did a huge cleanup of it. So it's feeling pretty good. So why don't we do a little? Let me show you where we're at, so you can get a sense of where we're starting from. Let's run the code. Run the code. And we'll get that started. You guys get a sense. Actually, did I update this? Did I make sure I have the most latest? Okay, I am up to date. So while that loads up, let's see if I can get let's see our goals up. Let's see if we can get the goals up, because the goals are missing for whatever reason. That is not the goals I'm looking for. I should remove those ones. Let's see if I can get these goals roaming around. Let's see if I can get those goals. How do I get this? Interact. Those are not the goals. Those are not the goals you're looking for. There they are. All right, goals are running. Okay. So we're not going to watch the whole thing, but I just want to give you guys a sense. So we're running the bronze to GM build order. I wonder if I can get that on the screen. Let's see if I can bring the bronze to GM build order for you all to see. I don't think I am going to have... Let's see. I just realized I have a shit ton of stuff running, which is probably gonna make this a little bit janky if I don't close. I have AI Arena running up in the background. I have... So let's see if I can maybe remove some of the stuff that is maybe interfering. Okay, clean up some of this stuff. Okay, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What is our bot doing? So right now, this bot actually, we need to change it back to our enemy to being macro, because I believe I was testing the ability to react to rush. So I'm gonna assume our enemy is gonna rush us anytime now. I'm assuming the enemy will try to rush us. Oh, this is broken. Why is this broken? Okay, a couple things are broken here, and I don't know. Well, let's actually turn the enemy back to a macro bot, and then try again. So let's change it from what's going on. Non-stop Nova is visibility 2. Yeah. For your information, 11 disruptors should allow a Nova every 2 seconds. That is something that I did not know. Let's get this, see if it does macro and see if that will get us to, let's try this again. See if this will run and not be a problem. Let's see if I can get us a browser. I'm going to actually pull up Bronze GM. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. I actually cannot show it while I think the game is running. So I'll wait till this game is finished, and then we'll pull up the Bronze GM, and we'll go into the Disruptor section, and we'll talk about where disruptors go in Bronze to GM. So let's see while this is going, let's go on the chat. Non-stop Novas, which provides visibility 2. Yeah, I am not going to be doing, like, this is going to be a part of a larger build. Let's see if we can see what happens to our bot here. Just want to make sure that it does what it's supposed to do. So far, so good. At some point, I will want to code so Rasper did put in the ability to build out your wall, your own wall. And I guess we could have technically worked on that. Maybe we should have worked on that. But I did say we're going to work on disruptors. So today we're going to focus on adding disruptors. We're going to focus on adding a debugger, adding disruptors to the build itself proper. And then if there's time, we'll start looking on how to actually get the disruptors to fire. This is something we need to really be cognizant of, is that the API does not see the disruptor's ability as a spell. It actually sees it as a unit, which poses some problems for us because, I mean, there's we'll have to treat it like a unit, right? And there's a lot of things that goes into that. But for now, let's just let's kind of just keep an eye on our AI, what it's doing. And we just want to get to the point where it attacks. We just want to make sure we're going to get from start to finish. Okay, so it's expanding. It's expanding appropriately. That can actually be simplified at some point. Because I believe I'm using some custom code, but Ares has been updated to the point where now it can expand on its own. I can actually enhance the macro element of the code. And that's what I might end up doing for some of the extra sessions that we do, where we'll work together on these smaller things. Today, we're just going to get the easy stuff out of the way, and we'll start really digging into that problem of how do we get the disruptors to fire. Speaking of, what's going on here? Are we not building? Did we stop? Or did we not do thermal lance? Oi, what's going on here? Okay, well, it didn't do thermal lance, so that's problematic. So we'll actually need to investigate. Maybe we're... Oh! There is some problems going on here. Okay, there are some problems going on with our ability to attack. I don't know what this probe is doing. There's a probe here. This is actually not ideal. I imagine this army's actually gonna go and get wrecked. Hello, John C. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so our bot has actually it looks like it has a couple of problems, and there's a probe running around with it, so that's problematic. So maybe we won't get to start. Okay, let's just dive into it, because this is not, if we sit here all day, we're not going to get into anything. Let's see if we can. Okay, so let's go straight to disruptors. We'll just get an idea. Disruptors. I don't know if you guys can see it. We'll see. Okay, so disruptors, some time for big balls to join the party. Getting the hang of putting these on a second army group. Right-clicking on an immortal. That's human stuff. We don't have to worry about that. So taking a third bait. We'll take a third nexus. Saturating the two bases should be about 530. We'll aim for similar mass robo charge, Archon big attack, but off of 3 bases, 66 probes rather than 2 4 bases. Where does disruptors get added? So pylon, gateway, Robo, Colossus, Immortals. Nexus, resuming probing. Note that this just starts. Actually, do I need to go? Maybe I need to get this a little bit bigger. So I don't know if you guys are going to see this. Hopefully you can. If you can't see it, I'll zoom in. Note to start that just before your first 2 Colossus and Thermal Lances to squeeze it in at crisp timing. However, if you're under threat, obviously the Colossus will take priority. I actually don't see where disruptors get added in this build order. Immortal, 2 gateways, pylons, warp 3 stalkers in once transformed to work gates. 12 workers on natural, 3rd and 4th gas. Robo Bay, 2 Colossus, Immortal production. Where does he throw in disruptors? 72 bases should be full, cut probes. Twilight cancel 4, charge +1, production. I don't see disruptors. Let's disrupt. So disruptors are a big part of this build because of their ability to like really own the ground game. So we're going to be able to, I think, do a lot of damage. So maybe it's specifically depending on the matchup. Are we not doing disruptors in just any matchup? Getting getting hang of these second army group, right click ask after a few games starting to manually micro shots and shoot them in maximum damage. But I don't see where we disruptors. So it's PVZ, just Colossus disruptors, all the normal things you build to win a normal game. So maybe I need to watch his video so that I could see how he adds disruptors. Here it is here, disruptors. Okay, second robo disruptors. This is in a PVZ. Okay, so they get added after with the second robo. 2 immortals, 2 Colossus disruptors. So let's actually start looking at our builds. So we got some builds here. So we got Bronze GM build, just a regular one. This is our generic Bronze GM build. And so what we'll do is we'll create a, that's Bronze GM. We'll start, we'll populate and we'll go, you know, and instead of writing this, we'll actually ask our AI and be like, okay, and we'll say, I don't know if you can see my chat in my, oh, you know what, sorry, I'm going to actually take off this browser. And so then let's say, let's add in, I don't know if you can see my chat. Can I actually move this to the other side? Can I go like this? Oh, that is not the right way. I personally like to have this on. Can I just pick up? Can I just, no, I guess not. That's not what we're doing. I actually don't know how to move this window. I usually just leave these windows alone. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna do it janky. Should I move my camera? Maybe I should move my camera to down. Okay, let's do that. Let's just move the camera down. And you guys should be able to see. And then I can get the best of both worlds. Let's see if we can just do that. Okay, perfect. You can kind of see my prompts so you can get an idea of what we're typing here. So let's say we want to include Protoss builds. I want to say, okay, add another bronze to GM starting build, but call it, but make it a version for PVZ. Have it just under the first one. What do we want to do? Do we want to? Okay, we'll just have it replicated for now. Do it, and we'll. Should get herself warmed up. It's a thing I could just copy paste, but you know, just get a little warmed up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Actually, I needed you to make that exactly the same as the first one. Make it exactly same as the first one. Thank you, though. I'm glad he tried to think about how to do PVZ, but I don't think I want this AI thinking about how to do PVZ for me. I'll do PVC. Thank you very much. Let's make it the same as the first one. I'll modify manually. Let's see what it'll do. Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly what we need. So there. Okay. So what now? We have a PVZ, so we'll be able to switch to PVZ if we detect Zerg, and then we'll modify this one specifically for adding disruptors. But before we can do that, we need to figure out why our build is broken. First things first. I guess this is where I was going to try to learn to use a debugging. I've not done debugging in AI making and bot making, so we might need to see if I can debug a little bit. If I remember correctly, there is a debugger in Ares. How does the debugging work? So there's a chat debugger. I think that's in the settings of Ares. So there's chat debug, which is true. See tutorial on readme before setting to true. That's something else I already know. Debug false. So I think I would like to get a chance for us to kind of learn how the debug in Ares works, so I can get a chance to kind of learn debugging in Aries. I've never used it, so it would be a good opportunity to get a chance to figure that out, and maybe we can use it to solve our problem. So Aries, I'll share this window with you. Let's see if we can get the browser back up. We'll switch over to this Aries debug. So Aries debug, okay. We'll see if you can see that enough. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Aries features an in-game chat debug system, especially handy for quick testing different scenarios. Oh, this might be for something else. Chat debug feature should be used in SE2 game window only. The chat debug service in Aries will parse chat messages and check for valid debug commands. Spawn new units directly where the chat camera is. To trigger the first word should be make or create. Second word is the amount of unit structures to create. I guess this is like a test scenario. I don't know how this debug is actually used. It's just like, I guess you're able to make like a little test bed. Here are some valid commands you can try. Make 4 Marines, spawns for Marines, make 5 hives. You destroy units. Okay, so this is just in chat. So you say, make 3 motherships. Okay. So this may not be for testing my code as is. This is not like the Python debug where you can like pause it or whatever. But this might be to test for the enemy. If like I want the enemy to spawn the certain things to test for my just to test, might be good. So if I go to, you just go and set to true and then chat debug options true. Okay, I guess let's try it. Let's see what happens. That was part of my goal, just at least play around with it. And so you can see how it looks. So true, and then chat debug true. Save, I guess, and let's see what happens. Oh, and we also have Streamlabs. So this debug actually may not, and I think Python has a debug, but we may or may not learn about that today. Oh, we can show pathing costs in these debug spawn. How does this work? Okay, so then let's, while this goes on, I wanted to show you guys, I actually I added a notification. So when I test this notification, I want you to see this. This is cool. Oh, is it not popping up? Sad face. Why does it not pop up? I was gonna have your attention. Let's see if I can get this to pop up where it's supposed to pop up. Okay, let's try this again. Will it do a... Good. There it is. I have your attention. Cool. Yeah, now it pops up. I don't know if you heard you. Hopefully, you heard the notification. Oh, okay. We're trying to get this chat debug. So let's say, oh, cool. There it is. I can see stuff. Okay, that's kind of cool. I can see stuff. I can see what it's doing. Oh, that's cool. That's actually pretty useful. Look at that. We can actually see what it's trying to do. Okay. All right. That's really cool. So we kind of see what's what. Okay. Can I see, what else can I see here? What else can we? So do we just, we can see, oh, so it's going to build target. Okay, we can see what it's trying to do. Okay, we'll keep that on. That's useful. What else can we do for this thing?
How else can we do this chat debug? What else is it doing here? What is these numbers? Is that the ID? Maybe it's the spell ID. We'll hopefully once the army pops up, we'll get an idea of what it's targeting. Is that the target? Maybe it's a target. So it's, well, okay, we'll see what's happening there. So build target, build target. What else can we do? So the chat debug feature should be used in the SE2 game window. Only the chat debug service and errors will parse chat messages and check for valid debug commands. What are the debug commands though? So I can remove all, research all upgrades, resources, god units, instructions no longer take damage, disable food usage. Not sure this one works. Disable cooldowns of units for the bot. So there's like cheats. Okay. So you can create scenarios, which is good. I don't know what these numbers are though. There's these numbers and I'm not quite sure if that's just an ID. Is that a tag? It doesn't look like a tag, but it could be. Okay, we'll leave this on for a bit and let's see if I can figure out some of these commands. Make 3 motherships, make 3 motherships. So I can say that's for spawning units. Can I turn on a grid? Is a good question. I don't see any options to do that. So it looks like the chat is just to add and create units. So that's it. And okay. I don't know if we have to, we're not gonna, let's not sit through this. Let's see what else can we do here. So debug spawn, resource debug. What does this do? Let's turn this on. Let's see what this does. True. And let's show the pathing cost. Let's see what this does. Let's see the pathing cost. And then I can active grid. I can change to air versus ground, ground avoidance, air avoidance. I imagine this is the influence map, so we can maybe get a good idea what's going on in the influence map, perhaps. So let's see what these do. And then we'll just call that done, because that's not what I kind of wanted to do. Like, that's not what I thought it did, but it's good to know how that works. So we'll call the debug start done, and then we're going to actually see if we can, we'll leave it on and we'll try to figure out why the bot isn't choosing the target correctly. So we'll well, of course we'll let our AI give a shot, see if it can figure it out, but if not, then I will start jumping in, because maybe it's something simple, maybe it's just something mislabeled. Could easily be something mislabeled. Okay, so while this starts up, oh, here we go. What's this number? There's this number above it. Does that mean it's neutral? Does that mean it's, I guess we should see what it looks like for an enemy. Does that mean it's neutral? It's not positive or negative? I don't think we know. So it's scouting. This bot, this AI, little AI is scouting, which is what we do want it to be doing. So something is, maybe we can actually take a look at our build order information at the bottom in the terminal. You guys can't see it because I put my head where the terminal is, but I mean, there's gonna be trade-offs. We're not gonna be able to do everything. I can't show you everything because how can I show everything? There's only so much real estate on this screen. It doesn't show spell, so it says chrono effect. So it's supposed to chrono boost. Oh, there it is, chrono boost. So we're going to be watching the terminal. So it's supposed to be building a robo facility. Is it trying to build a robo facility? Is this a robo facility? Yeah, okay. So we'll watch the build order and we'll see if the build order is getting stuck somewhere. So it's supposed to be building a stalker, chrono boost, build target. Gateway. So we'll start off to make sure that the building of it's following the build order and see if it's getting stuck somewhere. It's supposed to build another gateway. It's not chrono boosting. It's supposed to chrono boost this chrono boost the warp stuff. So a simulator, so it's expanding. So it's actually following the build order pretty good. What I don't seem to understand is I feel like I'm missing some gateways. 2 gateways. This is another gateway. Okay, 3 gateways. Should be building an immortal. Oh, no immortal. So immortal is broken. Something's wrong. The immortal is missing. Okay, so something is wrong with the immortal. We got to double check that. Something's up with our immortal. Is it just not enough? What's going on? So we chrono boost. No immortal popped out. Good thing to keep an eye on. Are we still building the stalkers though? Stalker. I guess it warped in. The other stalker. Robotics bay. Is it building the robotics bay? Is this it? Okay. So something happened to our immortal. Good thing to know. Because we're missing an immortal. Robotics facility. Is it expanding? Is it going to expand to the 3rd as it's supposed to? Oh, it's trying to build the immortal again. It is slowing down considerably. I wonder if this is a problem with what is going on? It's considerably slowed down. So this actually might be a problem with not the build, but with Ares in general, because it's not building. It's stuck on this immortal. Yeah, so it's skipping over the immortal and going to go build a nexus. Something's wrong. It has enough. It has enough minerals to build mortals. But yeah, something's wrong with the building of the immortals. Okay. So that's something we'll have to report to Rasper. But before we report to Rasper, let's do our due diligence and just double check. So we have immortals. Make sure it's not. So yeah, they're by themselves. Let's maybe try to move it up a bit. Let's say 40 and 40 in terms of immortals. Not that I think that should make any, like, that shouldn't be a problem, but maybe the build runner is having problems. So let's try moving the first immortal up. I noticed we didn't learn a thermal lance. Maybe I need to upgrade Ares. Actually, I updated it the other day. Shouldn't be Raspberry isn't like dropping updates every 10 seconds. So we will. I mean, if nothing's popping out of our thing, that could be problematic. So we'll look to add disruptors. See if we can get them popping out at least. And then after we get the disruptors popped out, we will try to fix the attack target, because the attack target looks broken. We'll just keep a close eye on. We'll keep a close eye on to see if we have a broken, if it doesn't try to build an immortal. So if we're not building immortals, it might mean we'll have trouble trying to build a disruptor, but let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's hope just changing just slightly the timing, we won't have that problem. So build pylon, build another assimilator. So up until this point, everything's feeling pretty good. Is it me, or is it like slowing down? Is it slowing down, or am I just? Oh no, I guess it's not slowing down. Maybe it's fine. No, actually, it's fine. It's fine. It's just I just thought it was slowing down. Okay, so it popped out. Chrono boost. I wish actually it would tell me what the target of the chrono boost was, so I can make sure. So it's building a gateway. I mean, and then it builds another gateway. So things are going as they're supposed to go. Where are we now in terms of supply? So this is actually at 38 supply. Is it gonna pop out? Chrono boost. Okay. Oh, it's building the observer. Is that an observer? Yeah, okay. Observer comes out first. This observer actually is not moving. And it's not building the... Where's the immortal? Okay, so that's something that... Oh, okay. Now the observer is moving. I don't know why I didn't move before. And yeah, it's broken. We're not building any immortals. So I will have to talk to Rasper about why we're not getting immortals out of this thing. But we won't stop there. We'll just keep going. Where's the robotics facility? Okay, it's still building out. Okay, so we are not getting any immortals, but something is wrong. Look at it, it's really slowing down. We're getting major slowdowns. Can I see? Let's see what the observers. Why can't I move fast? Ah, so that's the influence, I think. So I think this is maybe telling us, by looking at this influence, you can kind of see maybe. I wonder if the debug is causing us to slow down. Maybe the debug is like too much for my little graphics card. But look at that. We can kind of see the influence here, which is pretty cool. I'm going to guess that like the yellow or each number is kind of like the danger of each unit. So that's cool. Okay. We're going to turn off the debug and see if that makes a difference. Not, we're going to just turn it off for now. That might be just my computer is having trouble with so much. So let's turn off the debug. Oh, the debug game step. Interesting. So let's say turn off debug, go false. And then we'll actually false. We actually don't need that. Okay. We'll turn off debug. Okay, let's try to figure out what's going on with the attack target. The attack target would be in combat. Attack target. Or is it? Where is it? Attack target. Control main army. Target. What are we passing in? See, assess threats. So maybe it's in the main bot. Say target. Here it is. Okay, let's put a little bit of a bookmark here. Can we name this bookmark? Yes, we can, but maybe can't get rid of this bookmark and then go thought I could name these bookmarks. Okay, here we go. Attack target. Not quite. Attack target. Today is not Deep Seek Day. And so then let's say. So what's going on here? Let's follow the logic. So it determines where our main attacking unit should be moving forward. If we see an enemy structure, we target the closest one. Otherwise, we fall back. Expansion of the enemy's thing. Ensure. If not, meteor squad get attack roll. We actually need this. If the enemy structure are visible, choose the nearest. So if enemy structure, closest structure equals closest to main army. Are we passing the main army position? So main army equals get position of main army squad attacking. I'm going to pull up my old code, just double check because this was in the refactor. So let's go to bits of code pigbot. GitHub. I'm actually gonna pull up some of my old code and I'm gonna put it up on the screen in a second. We're just gonna compare it because I know the code I had before worked, and then I did a refactor. So we're gonna actually do a comparison of the two codes and break it down. This is a property. Okay. Okay, now I'll share this with you guys so you guys can see what's going on. Where's my browser? Perfect. Let's see if I can shift this over. Hopefully you can see it. Shit, maybe I'll move this over to the right a bit. Okay. So let's go back through my old logic here. So in the original one, oh shit, don't do that. In the original one, main army position equals 0.2. So we did a 0.2. Okay, maybe we need to make sure we have a 0.2 here. Just so that we are... so we did 0.2 self meteor, get position of main squad, roll. Oh, need to maybe expand this a bit. Roll attacking. So let's make sure it knows it's a 0.2, just so that is clear. 0.2, got it. Okay. So 0.2, going through what was next on the line. Now I'm going through this because I know this version worked. So I just want to make sure that in my if enemy structures, closest structure closest to main army, closest structure equals closest structure equals closest to main army structure's position. So closest structure is closest to main army, and then the enemy structures. And then if closest structure, actually let's let our AI do a little bit of a look through this and see, and let's actually use GPO fork, and I'm gonna say, can you take a look at def attack target? Attack. So let's say attack target. View the logic. The logic bot isn't going to main base correctly. It's bouncing around. Let's see what it says. You guys probably want to see what the bots pop it out here. Oh, I can just hide it. Shit. What did it do? So the attack target logic determines where the main attack unit should move. Here's a breakdown initialization. If there's no squad with the attack target role, it defaults to the enemy's start location. If there's no squad with attacking role, it defaults to the enemy's start location. That doesn't sound right. Enemy structure. If the enemy structures are visible, it targets the closest one. If the closest structure is more than 25 units away from the main army, it falls back to a predetermined fallback target. Early game. Before 4 minutes, it assumes the enemy is at their start location. That's right. Fallback search pattern. If none of the above selections are met, it cycles through the expansions. That's correct. Potential to fallback. If the target is not properly defined or updated, it might cause the bot to bounce around. The logic for cycling expansions might cause bouncing if the target is not directly updated, if the expansions are not properly cycled. Verify that the fallback target I mean, I could just be a little cheeky and give it my old code and just compare it. I could just maybe do that and just say, hey, this is my old version of this. Can you just compare it and double check? Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna give it this old version of my code. That is, oh, some of this is not, wait. Some of this is not part of the. Okay, so that's all we kind of need. Oh, is the fallback new? Oh, the fallback is new. So then in here I did backup target if the main target isn't valid or is too far. Cycles expansions to find potential main enemy bases. And then how are we calling the fallback? So we go if self enemy structure. So if there's an enemy structure, we go to the closest one. And it is closest to the main army. Is that how closest to works? Closest to doesn't. Closest to units, closest to self to start location. You measure it. Okay, so it does take two. It takes two. Position and then you iterates the units to find the closest to position. How is the closest? When I did closest to, I did the main army position and the self enemy structure. So that's actually correct. Okay, let's actually, so Here is some old code before my refactor when I knew that it worked. I refactored and rebuilt this section, but didn't test it. I refactored and rebuilt this section, but didn't test it. Here's my old code. Do a comparison. Analysis. See if we can figure this out. Let's compare the old to current version of the attack target method. Identify problems initially directly attach them out. Enemy structure and oh man, okay, hold on. Enemy structure prices the closest structure, checks if the closest structure is far, and falls back to the stablest target, returns closest structure position. That's the old early game. Heads to the enemy spawn location, falls back, cycles through the expansions. Yep, okay. Current code initializes, checks the squads are initialized before setting the main army position, which is good. You don't want it to not do that. I mean, maybe we shouldn't do that though, actually. Because do I want that happen? Because that might actually be screwing up with that actually might screw up my that might screw up stuff. Yeah, maybe I don't want this because maybe I did this as a fallback, and I don't think I actually want this because this is a property being passed into other stuff. So maybe we'll let's comment this out for a sec. Actually, let's finish reading. Let's see what it says. Similar prioritization of the closest structure, falls back to structure is far, returns in that early game. So key difference: squad initialization. Current code has an additional check for squad initialization, which might cause issues. The squads are not properly initialized. Return statement: the current code returns closest structures instead of the closest structure position. This could lead to issues. The current code returns closest structure instead of current closest structure positions. Let's actually bring it back then. Let's try this again. Instead, but it's gonna be a 0.2, so maybe that doesn't really matter. Returns closest structure instead of a closest structure position. This could lead to issues if closest structure is not a 0.2 object directly. I actually called for closest structure equals closest to main army position to the enemy structure dot position. So I guess it doesn't really, I don't think it should make a difference because it's going to be a 0.2 because I'm actually getting a position right here. Can closest to Scythian closest to return a 0.2? That might be an interesting question. Does it return a 0.2? So I did it before. So I did closest structure equals return closest structure position. Okay, that's fine. It's okay. Let's go with that. Recommended ensure closest structure is the correct type. 0.2 is returned. Verify the squad initialization is not causing issues. We might need that. Consider adding debug logs. So let's remove the squad initialization. I think this is actually a little redundant. Let's do that. Let's do that, and then let's run it. I think I was running into a problem where it was spamming problems when I first did it. And I think I did that because I was trying to debug, and I may have forgotten. So, oh, no, stop. Oh, no. Shit. Okay, it's fine. So let's see if we'll fix that. We'll talk to Rasper to get to look into immortals and why it won't build immortals. That's really strange, but after this test, if their attack target's working properly, we will then go on to pop in those disruptors in the build and see if it'll build it. I think while this goes on, we'll take some time to kind of study the build order from Pig. I don't need this window anymore. I'll bring over the disruptor. Okay. So it says 2 disruptors. So the first time. So this is a PvP build. So in PvP, we don't use as disruptors. Build gate a proxy pylon. I'll have to look into that. Something happened. Shit. That's what happened. I remember now. That's why I put that in. Something was, oh, I see. Now I remember why I put that in. Chill. Okay, well, we'll leave this be for a second. We'll see what happens, and then I actually think that's what was slowing us down. Now that I think about it, I think it was spamming initialization, which was slowing us down drastically. Was that possibly slowing the game down? I think we discovered an even bigger problem. It's still not building immortals though, so we still have a no immortals problem. What's this? What's being built here? That's not immortal, I'm guessing. Yeah, so we had a bit of a problem. Okay, so I see what was slowing us down. I see what was causing the slowdown. It's because we were spamming the initialization, and that was breaking it. So we solved that problem. I don't think we solved our target problem, and we certainly didn't solve the immortal problem. But yeah, so there we got that. We got it's starting to, yeah, something's wrong. Okay, so we'll have to explore what went wrong in the first place. Because since we're calling the attack target, we were probably spamming, and I put that in there to try to solve this problem, because you can see I'm getting these like this problem with the role not being initialized. So I put that in there to fix that. And I was like, oh, I fixed it. And then I walked away, and I guess I didn't realize I broke something else. Okay, well, you fix one problem, you open yourself up to 1,000 more, I guess. That would have probably caused crashes on the ladder. Okay, look at it. Oh, an immortal. Oh, an immortal popped out. All right. Okay, let's see how the attack function works. So an immortal popped out, which is interesting to notice, but this is weird. Okay. Okay, well, it's doing something. It's like being a bit janky. I'm not sure where it's going now. Boys. Yeah, so it's a little, something, it just broke. The warp prism. The warp prism. Where is the warp prism? I almost forgot about it. What happened to the warp prism? My baby boy warp prism, where are you? What happened to the warp prism? Snap. There's a couple of things that are, I guess. Warp prism is in. Let's check the macro. Warp prism. So if warp prism, so warp prism follower. That's something that's not warp prism follower. So if the warp prism exists, I actually didn't see if the warp prism got built. Did it get built? Line 126, 125 of macro. So that means the warp prism must have got built. And then this warp prism follower. Okay, I need you to double check a little AI. So I need you to double check. What method is this? This is handle macro. Okay, so in handle macro, I want you to check warp. Oh, you know what? I bet you the capitalization. I messed this up before. I bet you capitalization is off. I maybe even not to do this. Is this warp prism with a small cap? Yeah. So there's a problem here. I'll have to figure this out. So warp prism, warp prism follower, warp prism. Yeah. So maybe if I just warp prism. Okay, so there's a mismatch of there's a mismatch. So that's easy. If warp prism follower. So warp prism follower equals the warp prism. Actually, hold on. So warp prism is sent. Warp prism equals get unit the drop ship. Okay, maybe it's not as mismatched because it's going warp prism. Oh, but warp prism follower is capitalized here. So this is actually supposed to be. Can I actually do all of these at once? Is it Control F2? What is it to do? Is it Control F2? Change all them to be small caps. Warp prism follower that you can find. Is it just the one? Well, that was a waste. Okay, sure. Can you check? You don't have to warp prism in. I had it capitalized by accident. Check the rest of the code base. I had warp prism follower. Check the rest of the code base to make sure it all matches. Oh, I don't need to be using GPT-4 for that. Don't. Oh shit! Don't do that. Ignore that. I should have told you to ignore that. Oh well. Reject that one. Reject. Because we're not. That's just. I should actually tell this to ignore. Reject. Warp prism follower. Then in here, let's go into bot Warp Prism Follower, Warp Prism Follower, Warp Prism Follower. Okay, everything is named correctly. That should fix that problem. Okay, so Warp Prism Follower is fixed. What we don't know is why. So it popped out a... It did pop out a... Can I actually... I don't want this to... Make sure this episode 3 does not get changed. I discard the changes here. That is a backup. You know what? Actually, I guess I could have kept episode 3 up. I can actually keep episode 3 up and refer to it, because I actually don't need the... So I can just go to episode 3 and actually refer to my old code here. Okay, we'll do that. So that's actually the original old code. I actually don't need this anymore then, because the old code is here in episode 3. Cool. So if we actually need to refer to the old code, we can actually reference it right in here. Okay, so that's good news. If we need to refer to old code, let's close this README. This is a quick moment too to remind you, I actually also have a newsletter to make sure you join up with it, where I tell you what's going on, what's happening, upcoming events, upcoming projects, and also to help you make you a better problem solver. We'll break down some of the... I'll essentially talk about the things I've learned all this time coding these bots. So, and running pro bots and interviewing people who know way more than I do. Okay, so let's make sure we have... We can go back to that. We can go back to here. So something is wrong. We're not initializing. So it's checking for main army here. So it's like, okay, let's follow the trail. So attack target is used where? Where's attack target used? Let's see what the actual error is. So warning, Ares squadron get position of squad. Attempting to find main squad for role attacking, but there is none assigned. Return value might be unexpected. Hint, run self-mediator gets squad. So there is a problem, is it's trying to call the main squad before the main squad is initiated. So maybe our main squad is... So this is get position of main squad. This though should not target. So if main army, so we're like, okay, if main army exists. So when the main army exists, we pass the attack target. So there's 2 times when we need to control the army and when we need to attack. As soon as the army exists, we start passing it through, and that gets handled to handle attack toggles, which I presume is here. Yep. So here it is. It's handle attack toggles. Handle attack toggles is going like this. It's like handle attack toggles is takes the main target, attack target in, handles attack targets, current supply. All right. So else if not under attack, control main army. I like this song. Control main army, bot main army. What are we doing? What is it doing? I guess when there is no... Maybe I should rethink about this attack target property. Maybe this attack target property is not how I want to be doing this. Maybe we don't want... If there's no... Like, maybe if we're not even in... So, okay, here we go. So we're like, okay, current supply equals get supply main army. So that's fine. If current supply is less than, we don't turn on the commence attack. which makes sense. Else if, actually not sure what, else if commence attack. So if we've commenced attack and we're not under attack, control main army, bot main army, attack targets. Else if the supply is greater than, wait, what happened here? So it's false. We turn off of if we're less than, so we're not attacking. So this turns on attack, turns off attack. That's fine. That makes sense. If we're under attack, so if we're under attack, where does this attack target come again? So this attack target comes, it's passed in here. This is the threat. So if there's a threat, we're supposed to pass a threat. It's gotten a little unwieldy. We're gonna want to check the attack target. So let's see. Okay, so we're like, where's my perfect? So it goes, okay, determines whether our main attack, main army position. So we need to know where the main army is. So it's like, it's looking for the main army. Main army's position is if there's the squad. So maybe what we need to look at is, how is our... So it's like, if main army, but... Where's the main army? So main army, here's main army. Select mediator, gets units from role, attacking. How are we assessing who gets to be the attacking role? Here it is, attacking. So maybe we should move the units created to be earlier. Oh, this is on step though. So where's the unit created being? Oh, this is when it's actually created. So when a unit's created, this is easy. This is pretty simple. Every unit is pretty much given the attacking role that's not a warp prism and not an observer. Straightforward. Right. So every unit that's created is automatically given the attacking role. Self-meteor assigned role. Why is this not lighting up anymore? I guess I won't get myself to. Am I in the right? Control Shift P. Select Python interpreter. Yeah, it's on Aries. It's just not lighting up. Okay, that's fine. Did I not import it? Is that not imported? These aren't lighting up either. Should these not light up? Aries manager, import manager, Aries manager, manager mediator, import manager mediator. The unit role seems to be fine. Maybe I don't need to actually. So let's look at when the army is. Let's look how the army is created and when the squads are created. So maybe that will be in the combat. Let's go to combat. So let's go control main army. Control main army. Let's actually put how do we add a labeled bookmark? Control main army. So we can come back here again. Squads, list squad units. Okay, so squad equals list squad units. Bot mediator gets squad. Unit role attacking, squad radius 5. Let's do a print of squads. So let's go print print F main army. Actually print squad. Let's print squad. And then we'll go for squad and squad, combat maneuver. Okay. Oh, position of squad. So there's position of main squad. There it is. Okay, position of main squad. So here's the position of main squad. Maybe position of main squad. Something's not working properly here. Let's go back to the bot. Inside the bot, let's bump up to. Are we passing? Okay, we are passing. So main army position. So the main army position, maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe we should actually just say the main army position equals. Can we just pass? Can we in episode 3? Let's go. So I just passed self. And I had main army position, get the position of the main squad. So maybe instead of doing this, we can just pass the squad. Oh, actually, let's just commit this, by the way. Just this little fix so I don't. So this is just fixed warp. Actually, no, I haven't tested, so I actually don't know if it's fixed. So I should actually test it before I do that. Okay. So let's say in episode 3, I checked the main army position, but maybe I could just pass the main army position from the actual spot where the units are. So say position of main squad. So if maybe I can just pass position of main squad over to the attack target. Can I import it? Can I just import the position of main squad into the... So that's in macro. So army import features So I'm actually importing macro, handle macro, worker production. I could import control main army. Let's try that. I could bring in, maybe go from hub.macro and then maybe control main army too. Main army. And so this is actually, for macros, it's just control main army. If I just pass in control main army. Or maybe I should just move the entire attack property to freaking combat. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just move the entire attack property to combat instead of having it here in bot PY. It's like, maybe it doesn't make sense to have it here in here and have it instead move it all the way back over to combat. Maybe we'll do that. And that way I don't have to worry about passing over the control main army property. Let's actually make it simple. Why don't we say to move attack attack into the combat. About breaking. See what it does. All right, my little AI. Well, it's gonna do both. Okay. Let's see what you did. Let's go through your changes. So it actually moved it here. I don't know why I did the import in here. I would have liked you to put the import at the top. So we'll fix that. That's a weird choice. So it looks like it moved it here. It's still trying to initialize, but we'll fix that in a second. And then what else did it do? So it removed the combat and it didn't really have to send. You didn't have to really add fallback target. I don't think we're calling fallback target here. Just close that up. So we're not using fallback target in here. Fallback target is being used elsewhere. Hold on. I mean, no. So just needed to move attack target. And you know what? I'll fix this myself. Reject. And instead I'll just delete this. Simple. Let's do that instead. What's next? So actually can go Alt K to go to the next one. What's this? Okay, that's okay. Let's go here. Next. Oh, it moved it to macro. Is that what? No, never mind. I thought it moved it to macro. It did not. It just moved it to the bottom. I thought it deleted it. It did not delete it. It just moved it to the bottom. You know what? I'm actually okay with that then. If it just moved it to the bottom can be a little fun for that kind of stuff. So let's do that. So it actually just did some cleanup. I guess I was a little too hard on it. I was like, why would you delete that? That's because you just wanted to move it to the bottom. So you thought it would be cleaner. And I actually agree. Let's go with that. We'll keep it down there. What else do you got for me? So handle attack toggles, attack target. Attack target. Okay, so these seem good. So we might run into the problem if we go back to combat PY that we are still trying to initialize here. But now that we're actually in I'll actually move this to the top because that is cleaner. Is it closest to? What are you suggesting? CY closest to. Okay. There we go. All right, CY closest to. And then CY closest to is there. That's good. That's what we want. And so we're like main army position. Do we really need main army position? Can this just be main army position? Bought that meteor, get position of main squad unit attacking. Maybe I don't know how the main squad works. Maybe I'm using it wrong. Let's quickly look at the, let's look at how the, so we go Ares, then we'll go squad. Let's go get main squad. Nope, that is not how it likes to operate. Get position. So get position of main squad. Let's see how this works. Given a unit role, find where the main squad is. Position of the squad, and you just give it the role. That's it. How about get squads? What does this do? Get the squads for this unit role. No, that's not what we need. We need the position. So this give us a 0.2. Okay. Because we actually are. Okay, let's see if it works. Let's go. Let's run the code. Bring this down for now. Okay, so we're going to be wrapping up shortly. I think we did a pretty good coding session. I do want to still add disruptors in today to call it that we did add disruptors, so we'll still do that. Assuming this doesn't crash and break. We'll add disruptors in and then call it a day. Okay, so far so good. And then we might want to try to pass over the position straight from over from the something broke. Oh, okay, that's yeah, okay, that's a fluke. We can't fix that right now anyways. That's because of the patch. Okay, let's Okay, let's see. Make sure you don't break. So far, so good. Cybernetics core, pylon. Why does that keep breaking? It's construction SCV. I don't know why that keeps breaking. That is not an error we can fix. I've been told that is something to do with the fact that there's a patch and some things don't line up, but it's fine. We'll just have to persevere through. It's a little annoying. Let's try again. Okay, I am thinking we're gonna want to, assuming we don't crash again. So far, so good. Okay, I'm glad. I was gonna make a suggestion if we crashed again. Okay, so we still have the problem with the unit popping out, but let's see what happens when we have to choose the target. So units popping out is still saying there's a problem with with the unit, but let's see what happens when it goes to attack. If we have that problem, wait, what is that? Oh, it's our unit. I don't know. It's checking. Oh, I was checking for the expansion to make sure if the person expanded. Let's see about seeing how we can stop that spam. So far so good. It still is. What about immortal? Are we getting an immortal? We are not getting an immortal. No immortal is coming. I have to talk to Rasper about that. I don't know why I'm not getting that immortal. Inconsistently popping out immortal. Oh. So yeah, we're getting the. Okay, so that's working. Let's see what happens when I want to check what happens when the warp prism pops out too. If we get if the warp prism breaks. So it pops out. Let's see what happens. So are we gonna get a warp prism? Someone's gonna build a warp prism soon. So the other stuff are kind of working as is, but I don't see this. Oh, warp prism's coming. Is this a warp prism? I can't tell. Something's being built. See what happens when the warp prism pops out. That is an observer. So that means the first observer died. Something killed it. And then is this the warp prism? Who's popping out here? One of these I presume is an immortal. So that was an immortal. The attack target. Oh yeah, that's because it's no longer bought that attack target. Where is that being called? Where is that being called? Something's calling that. and I know it's looking for so some things are searching for bot.attack target. Nope, attack target. But we moved it, so check hub and bot py bot.py. Why is it not showing up bot to make sure it has the new location of attack target. Search. Okay, so scouting. It's being fixed. Was it just scouting? Okay. Is that it? Can I just accept all? What else? So it's just scouting. Okay, cool. We did not fix the initial problem. I don't know if I just want to leave it for now and then just... Let's go back into combat. So what's happening here? So right now, maybe we can feed the error into our AI and it can take a look. So 523. Error squad manager on 523. Where is 523? 523 where though? Where 523? Is that on the actual bot? 523? Nope, it is not there. It's not combat. Combat doesn't go to... Is it macro? Nope, they don't go to 523. So where is it looking for? Or that maybe that's just the error number. Maybe it's not... Can I actually ask the... Can you read my terminal? Is terminal a thing? Can I go /terminal? Can I not give context of terminal to the AI? That's unfortunate. Can you not give terminal? Maybe I'll ask him. Can you check terminal for my error? Maybe I'll just copy paste it. That should be easier. Oh, okay, hold on. Here's my printout. So position a main squad. So I actually do get a main squad here. So main army. So here's my printout. There's main army, and the main army is the squad ID, and then position a main squad. So it actually is getting the position of the main squad, which is good. So maybe I can just pass the main squad over to the attack target, and that would solve our problem. So instead of initializing it here, and then I just pass. So instead of just initializing it here to get the main squad, maybe we can just pass the squad army from control main squad. So instead of control main squad, and initialize, I try to get the squad position using get position of main squad, but better get it control main army control main army for trees the position of the squad using get me there function. If you want to utilize the squad position from control main army within attack, we could modify the control army to return the position of the main squad and then pass this to the attack target. Yeah, do that. Yeah. Let's do that. So what we'll probably end up doing is we'll just pass it, I presume. It'd be easiest. Curious to see what it's gonna try to. Oh. So what did you do here? Oh, you passed out a 0.2, which is good. Updated control main function to return the position of the main squad and modified the attack target function to accept main army position. As parameters allows attack target to utilize the squad position from control. You'll need to adjust any calls to attack to pass. If you need, you'll need to adjust any calls to attack target to pass the main army position. Obtain from if you need any further. I mean, is that bad? That's a good question. Maybe we shouldn't. No, that's fine. We don't need to do that. Because then we're just going to want to do... Is this taking... Oh, it is taking a main army position. Ah, okay. Yeah. This is what we want. We want that. Oh, should I just do accept all? Okay, this might be better. It's looking kind of clean. We're looking a little cleaner that way. So all we did was we had it return on 0.2, which is good. Oh, something happened. What happened? Scouting missing errors combat. Scouting is missing something. Oh, that's not right. So scouting needs to be bot hub combat attack target. That's correct. So I'm actually hoping this should round us off with a good, solid, clean, no more errors. And then we'll just pop in the disruptor. And the disruptor won't be able to do anything because it doesn't fire, and we won't get the firing done today, but we'll just get ourselves set up. Oh, that error again. Just keep getting these errors. I don't know. Oh my goodness. I think we're yeah. So yeah, we passed the point 2, and then what did we do? We passed the point 2, and then we just had it sent to the attack target. So let's hopefully this time let's see if this works out. Oh no, man, that's so frustrating. So frustrating that it keeps doing that. It's so frustrating. I am actually starting to run out of energy. I just realized it because I've been here for quite some time. Okay. Let's please just get through this. What if that's map specific? Okay. I think we'll have passed the problem. It might be map specific. We'll have to look into that. Yeah, we're hitting the 2-hour mark. Oh, I should check off some of these goals. So I got the debugger done. So I need to add the disruptor to the build order, which is next. See when my units pop out. If this pops out without any problem. Oh, shit. Line 166 on bot.py. 166. So that's self. It's just main army. What are we passing here again? Oh, we are passing the main army. It's the main army position. What did we import? So if main army, we're passing attack target. It's main army position. So the attack target. So if main army attack target, what are we passing on here? Is it actually passing the main army here? So main army is being called. So if main army is so it just says attack target's missing one required positional argument, which is main army position. It's just, can we not do main army depth position? Which is not correct. I don't know. Main army, should it be passing? So it passes the bot and main army position. Which is a 0.2. So it should just be main army position, no? Let's just go back to the bot.py. Should maybe it can't it just be just main army position? This autocorrect is throwing me off. Attack. I think it should just be that. Let's find out. Let's see, where do we end up? Just calls around hub. That what time to pass the position. Let's find out. I'll even do a position of main squad here. Interesting. Wonder if this is also going to break. Because this is doing a call for the get the main squad here. And I'm wondering if I actually should it be. So I'm actually doing a call to get the main squad here. But that might not be necessary because I'm already. Anyways, let's just see what happens. You're not gonna want to do this. I don't think I'm gonna want to do this call again. Should put like a little to do might be redundant because attack target already has main squad position. Oh no, that's not true. So I'll need to, maybe I can just. Okay, we'll worry about that in a second. What's important is if it doesn't break once this, once the first units pop out. Probably should start committing some stuff. Let's find out when this first stalker pops out. What happens? Where are we? Here he comes. Moment of truth. Jesus. Main army positions not defined. So this could be on bot. But it doesn't, it won't, main army position equals main army dot position. That doesn't have, main army does not have a position property. So maybe I could, maybe I should define main army position here. Oh, but you don't want to do that before it actually like. So attack target self that is. So the attack target has to. It's passing. You can't do dot position. You'll have to do. I mean, I guess we'll find out quickly if I. So we'll try this and see what happens. I don't know if that's going to work. So I could have just gone if minute army, get the position of it. Da, da, da. Oh, maybe I made this more problematic than I wanted it to be. Well, let's find if it works though. I mean, why is the main army not just passing? Yeah, because main army needs the attack target. It needs two. It needs two. So it needs to know the position of the. Oh, I see. Because it's always looking for the. It's always checking. Oh, I see. So I just made it at this point. I see how I ended up. I kind of made a mess of things. Maybe if I just. This actually ended up being a little bit more complicated because now I'm passing the main army's position between. I thought it'd be simple because I'd just have it that the main army position just gets called when, whenever I do an attack position. Jesus. Yeah, I had a feeling that might happen. It's not bot.mediator. Is it self.mediator? It might be self dot. And then it's like self. Yeah, because I'm in bot already. So it's like self.mediator get squad position. This has made things a little bit more problematic because I'm constantly now I'm trying to get the position of the squad every time, and that's gonna be so resource heavy. I mean, yes, you do want to be checking, but it must be to check and do the call every time where the position of the squad is when you're not necessarily needing it is pretty inefficient, and I think probably very resource heavy. That's not very good. Because maybe what I really want to be doing is I want to check. So you don't want to be checking the squad's position every frame. Like, you don't want to check the squad's position every frame. That is not ideal. Yeah, this is a little inefficient. What's the best way? Because, like, what if maybe this there must be a better way. So we don't want to check every frame where the position of the squad is, because that might be problematic. Maybe you just want to check when you're about to attack or when you want to defend, as opposed to every frame. Where is the main army? Where is the main army? Where is the main army? I mean, you do want that for so maybe I should just call it once every step. Where is the main army? If the main army exists, get that army's position and then distribute its position to all the other things that are calling, instead of calling it in multiple places. Because running the get army position, yeah, maybe that's best. If the main army exists, get that squad's position and then distribute that squad's position to everything else. That's what we should do. We should essentially say, okay, if the main army exists, get the squad's position. That's it. And then it's in one place. So the squad's position equals there. And then anything that wants to check the squad's position simply calls that variable. That's what we will do. We'll do that. Because, yeah, look at that. Still didn't even fix it. All that, and it still didn't fix the thing. That's frustrating. So let's just say if the main armies exist, and we'll go like, yeah, that's exactly what I want you to do. Exactly what I want you to do. So you're like, if the main army exists, self main army position equals self get mediator position. And then you just pass that position. So if the main army exists, you get the position once, or you get the position every frame. Where is the army? So if self main army position equals mediator, get position of main army. So if the army exists, there you go. Send it to the attack position, and then the attack position has it. So then you want to say who else needs it? Who else needs the position of the main army? So in combat, I mean, realistically, why do we need to have it in main army? Like, why does the main army that's for the warp prism. So this is looking for the main army center. Oh, I have to figure out how that. Ah! So in combat is thinking, okay, it's like main army. Main army. I mean, okay, so that's right. That's right. Main army, main army. Main army center. Position. Okay, so you can go to attack target. And so the attack target takes in, you know, it checks, right? And so you're just like, okay, well, here's the main army position. And then when you use the main army positions to do calculations, which is fine. But then this needs a main army position. So this goes position of main army squad. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Oh, that's to keep units close to it. That's why we're doing this. So we're keeping units close to the... I mean, I still don't... That may not even be necessary still. We don't need these prints, so you know this works. Can we... Okay, we're gonna add the disruptor because I need to call it a day, and I wanted to add it before we leave. So let's add a disruptor. And you know, it's gonna just simply just boop. So we have here in our PVZ, so we'll say if there's a Zerg race, use the what did we do in terms of PVZ? So this is sort of PVZ. So bot name Zerg race. PVZ, and then in the PVZ, we're gonna want to add just disruptors. Just go straight up. Just be like, well, what is the build say? We're bringing back the build, and it says disruptors. You know what? It actually does not. Let's say disruptor. Disrupt. Disruptor. There it is. Okay, so second robo, Observer, Immortal, Observer, 2 Colossus, 2 Disruptors. So it goes on after Colossus. So what do we got here? So Observer. So Observer, 2 Immortals. So we can actually do 2 Immortals. 2 Immortals. Just got 2 Immortals. 2 Colossus. And then in here, we're actually replace this with is it just Disruptors? Disruptor times 2. And actually we don't have to add Immortals because it'll just do it on its own. So we added 2 Disruptors times 2. And then to make sure it works, we're going to go and change our enemy's race to Zerg. Where is the run PY? Right now it's just random. So we'll just go race Zerg. We'll want to double check to make sure it does a PVZ. It'll say build Bronze GM PVZ. So that way we'll know it worked because it'll say Bronze GM PVZ. Did it say that? I don't see. Okay, yeah. PVC. Good. PVZ. Ugh, still doing it. I mean, we really just want to get to the point where it builds disruptors. Oh, what happened here? Oh, it's okay. It's supposed to do that, I guess. Come on, just build the disruptors. I just want to call this a day. And I really just want the disruptors to pop out. Oh, is this okay, this is gonna be Colossus. I really would like to see these disruptors pop out. Okay, 1, 2. Please just build it. Just build it. I'm begging you. I am begging you. Just build the disruptors. I know that it is not the perfect scenario. I know it's actually giving me problems because it's like it's gonna. Oh, you know what it is? My why is it not building? Why has it? What's going on? Oh my god, so freaking frustrating. Ugh, so frustrating. What is going on? Are you building disruptors? That's immortal. It's another immortal. Okay. It's really, really frustrating. Okay. Like, I don't know why it would stop. This might be a good time to just call it quits for the day, just because I am getting a bit frustrated. What is it doing here? Is it making decisions on its own? I guess it is making decisions on its own. I mean, sure. My IDE has become sentient. This is still not fixed, which is so freaking frustrating. Maybe I can just disable it for now. Let's go back to bot py. Look into disabling it. Close pre-actions. Don't need that for now. Actually, let's why don't you print the position. So let's make sure it's actually getting that. So you go like this, and let's go to attack target. And maybe it's just the framework is being stupid. I mean, I hate to just blame it on the framework, but maybe the framework is just being dumb. And that just might be my frustration talking. Who knows? Okay, so main army position is being passed into attack target. Okay. And then back to... let's control main army. So we only need to know... so we say to do... be redundant, could pass it from bot.py. I'll have to look into that, see if I can just do that. So this is doing get position mod squad 523. 523, and I still don't know where that is. You know, let's ask it. Let's ask AI. Meeting this error, can you locate where it's coming from? Where it's coming from. Oh, you see it. The issue now, the error, because no units have been assigned to the unit attacking role before calling. Wait. Where is this? Where is this? Okay, if main army spawn the card to handle this case gracefully. That's so cute. In the on-step method, before calling get position army, we should first ensure the units are assigned to the attacking role. If main attack, how would you attack squads equal sub-meteor get squad attacking? If not, attack squad main army. Am I not doing that already? Where is get squads? Am I not doing that? What's going on in combat? So maybe we should just move the get squads into out of it. Why don't we just move get squads out of thing? How am I using squads here? So maybe we should actually move squads out of the control main army, move it into the main. Attacking squads. That's why I have this logic in here in control main army, and maybe it should have actually been out there. Okay. Attacking squads, if not attacking squads main army for unit in many go back to right. So if main army, so if the main army attack squads equals self-meteor get squad roll, so we've actually moved it over there. If not, attack squad and main army for unit in main army. So say, what about the squads in control main army? Does Okay, so I see that. Okay, so I understand the problem now. I think I misunderstood what I thought the problem was. Reject this. Reject this. Reject all of this. I want both your suggestions to jive. You mentioned to solve the error I needed to get I needed to initialize squads first. But what about squads in control main army? By doubling up, and I call it once. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so let's see what it did. And Bob people added the new method ensure main army that centralizes the logic is assigning units to attack role. This method gets the on-step method before any squads really operate in main armies to support the logic to work directly with main army instead of squads, which should make the code more straightforward. What did you do? Ensure main army. What an interesting name. So ensure main army. What does that do? What did you do here? Sure, check. So in attacking squads, mediator get role attacking. If not, I mean, hi Dyson. Yeah, we're back. So how is so it's like attacking squads? I don't know. It still feels a little redundant. So maybe they should actually just be define main army. And it not only defines the main army, but does the squads as well. Do I not? So wait, where is main army? I mean, here it is right here. It's like main army is created on step. Actually switched over to say main army is made on step. This seems so redundant because I'm like main army. But then I guess it's waiting for if the main army is created on. I see. Then maybe I should. Was in Combat PY, control main army ended up actually being the creation of the army. Actually, I don't think I like this solution at all. I thought I would, but I don't quite like the solution. Because I actually I want control main army to be essentially all the stuff for the army. And so control main army should so what I should do is actually, if there's a main army, so if main army has been created, I should run control main army so that the squad is created. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Maybe all I need to do is make sure that. Can we just reject everything here? Because maybe I just need to make sure that I just do this. What's the next one? Reject this. I think your solution was a little too complicated. So we'll say that if main army can we just control, and then we'll go like are we already importing control army? Where is it? So that's combat, control main army. So then can we just so let's just say something like this. So if the main army exists, so let's say if main army exists, we'll run control main army. We'll just run control main army. Yeah. And it just passes the position into control main army. So every time, as long as the army exists, control main army is run. So maybe that was missing before. Like control main army is run. And inside that control main army does squads. So in there it does squads. Squads are generated. It's checking the health. It's doing all this stuff. None of this logic comes in because it's not doing anything. So that's good. So actually, I don't need to do that because actually we'll have it here. So I actually could probably fix this by going, yeah, okay, so we could do this. This goes, we're getting the position of the squads. Squads exists here. So what I could have is that it return, so it does return, so it's returning a 0.2. So I could actually do control main army, pointing out squads, and then I could have that the attack position is pulling. I've got myself down a fucking rabbit hole. This is terrible. This is no longer viable. That's not good. So property. Here it is. Oh, it's no longer a property. I don't know. Let's attack target. And then we'll go like this. So it got army position, which is a 0.2. I actually don't know or remember where it's getting that from. But what we should probably be doing is passing it through the control main army. I don't remember who else is borrowing this attack position stuff, so let's find out. Let's see where we're at with that. Oh, I was supposed to eat an hour ago. So what we want. Oh, okay. We'll see. Because what we want is that the control main army goes. Control main army's built. It generates the location of the main army, passes the main army's position to all the other modules and managers. Can I see what happens when this pops out? Is it going to explode or is it going to work? Oh God, it worked. Lord, it worked. Oh my God, it worked. Oh my, wait, where are you going? Yo, bro, come back. Bro, where are you going? Oh my God, bro, come back. Oh my God, why are you doing this? Oh, jeez. Bruh, come back, bruh. Bro, oh my gosh. What are you doing? Bro, oh my God. I know why I did this. Okay. I mean, I fixed the initial problem and I opened up a whole new problem, but so yeah, some of my logic's broken now. I mean, I guess did we at least build disruptors while this was all going on? Because like now it's like I know what's wrong, but we'll have to create a new module. I don't see why we're not creating. Is that a disruptor? Please, for the love of the Matrix, please be a disruptor. For all that is glory in the Matrix, please be a disruptor. Please give me a disruptor. That's all. Oh my God, yes. Motherfucking disruptors. All right, well. Oh God. Like we broke things, we made some things, but at least the disruptors popped out. They don't do anything right now, but God damn. That was so frustrating. Okay. So if we want to fix that before we go, which I honestly do, we're gonna have to change the logic, because right now I actually control. I know what's wrong, so I'm actually calling the control main army, which I shouldn't be doing. So I'm calling control main army, which is not good. You don't want to control main army because that actually module controls the attack. It says, all right, it's time to attack. So we don't want to control main army, but we do want to resurrect. We want to create the squad and we want to pass the squad to the main army so that the main army, we want to create the squad. Let's follow the initial logic. Because the problem is, I guess we originally only created the squad when the army is ready to attack. This is the problem. But what we should have, as soon as the army is created, I mean, I guess realistically, what's the harm in just as soon as I create the army, just creating the squad? And maybe that would just solve my entire life problem. If I just say I retrieve the roles, I create main army, and I just create the squad. Why not just do that? Maybe I should just do that. On step, every step, create the squad. Because obviously this has become a hardship that has consumed me for hours. And maybe that's really the problem. Maybe right now I don't need to get the position of the main squad. Is this looping? So squad equals list. Da, 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 da. So let's maybe just make this all at the same time. Let's bring this back in. So let's go back to the main unit and then just say, okay, why don't we just go. So when the roles are created, you know, we'll say create squad. So it creates a squad. And then you'll say like the squad. We'll go like squad equals self mediator, get squad, blah, blah, blah. Squad is made. So now we have a squad. Life is good. So then now that we made a squad here, we actually don't want to have main army here. So if you have the main army, we have the squad. So safe that main armor position equals self dots mediator get position of main squad roles attacking. So okay. And then we actually don't need to print this because we know it knows where it is. And realistically, that might actually handle our entire situation. We'll want to go back into combat and remove the redundancies if this works. Indeed, Dyson, it is indeed a hard ship. A hard ship to float. So what we want now or what we're going to want to find out, because now we have a disruptor. The disruptor is made, which is fucking glorious. What we will want though is soon as this stalker pops out, you know, no crazy stuff is spammed. So we have the squad popped. Oh my God. Okay, so what we have is the so what we have is you know what, I should get like little animations or stuff when we have a sound effect. I think every time we beat a goal, I'm gonna put like a sound effect, and then I'll play it on like a soundboard every time we hit a goal. That would be fun. I'll figure that out. Okay. Okay, now, while this runs, if you haven't yet checked out my newsletter, woo, it's where I'm going to compile some of the best knowledge that I've learned about bot making and from other bot makers that I've talked to, and include information from around the bot verse. Oh my God, Rasper, we need to figure out how to fix this. And that might not be his fault. It might be just, I don't know. I don't find it doesn't happen to me when I'm running Python. So maybe this is just a Windows problem. I don't know. No, sorry, when I'm running Linux on my Linux laptop. But this has become quite problematic. either way, I'd love to have you join here on Assembly. If you want to join up, you most certainly can. If you've worked on something AI related or built a bot or something, join up, work with me on Assembly. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be something for teaching you code. You won't learn code here like you could, but we won't be specifically that. So if you have some experience making really anything, drop a link, join us there, and become part of the crew, and then you can join me next Monday. And if this pops out and doesn't break, please. Oh my god, it came out. Thank the Matrix. Thank the motherfucking Matrix. Okay, here we are, boys. We're cooking. Okay. All right, it worked. So I don't need this print anymore. It works. It's no longer spamming. So what we will most likely want to do is reduce some of the redundancies. Now we just have to pass so we have squads here. So squads, we need to pass squads over to combat. So combat's going to need squads because it's building squads here. Which is good. We built squads. What is it? What is we do? What are we doing here? What are we doing this? Why is this here? So we did. Oh, this is a for loop. Oh. So this is all squads and squads. So maybe we can just pass squads into control main army. I mean, like, where's control main army being used? Where are we calling control main army? I guess that's really the question. Can we control? Are we control main army in bot py? So it's here. Where else is it? So it's here as well. It's here as well. So let's say to do need to pass squads in to method from bot py. Instead of initializing here. Okay. Can you do that for me, AI? Can you do that for me? If I tell you to go to here and bot py. So on step I initialized squads. So initialize squads there. And I need to pass it to control main army, but also need to take in account all the times control main army is used in bot.py bot py and Where else? In combat. UI. Update control main UI function to accept squad perimeter. Modify each call to control main to include squad's arguments. Let's start by updating control main army function signature, and then we'll adjust the calls. And okay, let's see what it does. It'll either what did you do? So where are we? So about POIC, what did you do? Main attack, main army position equals and then squads. So you pass squads in. Simple enough. What's the next one? That's it? That's all you did? Do I not call control P? Do I not call it multiple times here? Oh, I guess not. And I guess in combat, what happens here? So you accept squads here. Okay. You get rid of it here, which is good. That's right. So we just pass the squads here, which is what I want. What else do I want you to do? So then... Interesting. So you actually decide to initiate it here. Bot dot meter gets squads. I don't think that's a real function. But let's double check. Is that a real function? Or did you just fucking make that up? Oh my god, it is a real function. Ah. Well. Shit, call. Wow. Call me silly. It is indeed a real function. It just gets squads. Wait, is it just making, hold on, is that not the initial thing that I used to make initialize squads? Was it just get squads, or what did you do? It's sort of, of course it is. So it's just the initialization of squads. I mean, whatever. If it works, it works. I'm getting too exhausted to fight. If it works, it works. So that's in this one. So you're just initializing it again. Here and here. I mean, I guess it couldn't hurt. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. Okay. I've updated so then we'll run it, and assuming things don't break, I will accept this as gospel. Man, how did it get so freaking late? All right, last thing, assuming it doesn't crash randomly. This is the last one. Please, 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 just work. I am so hungry. Let's see what happens. Okay, unit popped out. Nothing crazy happened. It didn't break. I guess that's a good sign. Some unit popped by, caused no harm. I can actually bring this down now. I feel like I'm missing a chrono boost there, but I guess I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Or maybe not. Seems to be. I just don't know why it won't build an immortal. I have to ask. I have to ask Rasper. It says it's building a mortal. It says that 57 is building an immortal, but it's not building an immortal. And I don't know why that is. But for now, we will just, I guess. My units are not attacking things that are killing me. Okay, well, that's a thing. So I guess my threat detection is broken. Is this thing gonna get killed by by the Matrix? Why is it not building anything? Why does it stop building? Okay. Something is wrong, and I'm not the energy to do it, so we're gonna just commit and we'll call this a day. Okay, so first things first. Change debug. That was that. Commit. And then added disruptors to PVZ build. Commit. Changed to Zerg. Cancel. Commit. And then we fixed the squad initialization. Refactored attack target. So to do, check why units aren't responding to enemy. Fixing squad. There we go. And then what's going on here? Did my IDE froze? Just commit all of it. What is going on? Uh, there we go. What happened? Oops. Cancel, cancel. So weird. Okay. Okay. Done. Okay, everybody. That's us for today. Let's kill this music for a sec.
Test? Oh, yeah, okay. Whew. That was weird. All right, so yeah, we got some stuff fixed today. We got the disruptors popped out. Yeah, next week we'll get that changed and fixed. But yeah, we finished today. We got the disruptors out, but we still ran into some problems with how the AI is operating with some of its logic. But you know, it's okay. We'll get that fixed. We'll get that figured out. Next week we will come back to this. I wanted to say that we would. I think we'll still work on this. I think next week we'll work on this bot still. I was initially going to be like, oh, you know, we'll start a new project next week. Oh, we'll still, you know what, we'll still talk about starting the new project next week. I will be posting on the YouTube community posts about what what kind of bot do we want to build for the micro ladder, because the micro ladder is indeed what's coming up next. So we're gonna be working on the micro ladder and trying something very quick and short for the month of February. I would like to really focus each month onto like one particular challenge for the month, and then we just work on it together for that bot, and so we can get these bots out really quickly for the micro ladder. So it'd be kind of fun if we can pop out a couple of different types of bots, a Protoss, a Zerg, and a Terran, one per month that would on the micro ladder, and each one has a different strategy. So that's what I'm going with right now, as I have my mind that we'd start next month in February, and it would be a type of bot. I think we have not done Zerg, or have I not done Terran? Did we did Protoss, so I guess we would do Terran. Yeah, we do Terran. We do a Terran bot next month for the micro ladder, and yeah, that's what we would do. Okay. Until next time, I'm hungry, guys. You've been fantastic. I'll see you. Don't forget to check out the newsletter that I am compiling. And in that newsletter, I'm compiling some of the best information that I collect on building AI. Not just StarCraft 2. I've actually been doing a lot of studying and talking to people about it. Like, since we did last month the talk, I've been really diving into some of the best practices in building AI. So in the newsletter, I will be talking about that with you on a semi-weekly basis about what's new and what's going on in that. So check that out, sign up, keep on top of it, and also if you want to become a member, !join. Let's do it. Become a member. We'll talk soon. See you next time.